Your WXXV News 25 forecast first. Powered by Mississippi Power.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and happy Halloween. Man, we've got a treat for you in studio this afternoon. A couple little fur babies are visiting. That's coming up in a bit, but this afternoon, mostly cloudy, windy. Temperatures in the low 60s, trick-or-treating time. The mercury will drop down to about 53 degrees, so you're going to have to bundle up the little ghostesses and goblins. And we've got ghostesses and goblins here in the studio as well. Folks, overnight it's going to get cold. The first freeze warning of the season has been issued. This is your forecast first. WXXV News 25 starts.
New at noon on WXXV News 25, we hear an update from Keesler Air Force Base. More details coming up. Plus, Scarlet Pearl is back to regular business today after a brief interruption. We'll tell you why things were interrupted. And finally, a Jackson mother wants answers after learning 6 months later that her son was hit by a police car and killed.
Your news live right now. WXXV News 25.
Good afternoon, South Mississippi. Now, the only thing we can do at noon to get things kicked off the right way, let's bring in Big Rob Knight, chief meteorologist. Always knows what to say at noon. What's going on, Rob?
Big Rob Knight energy, dude. I'm trying to bring it, man. We've been energetic you've been with us in the mornings. You know what it's like. Having a lot of fun, dude. Halloween today. You got a costume for tonight?
Oh, you know, I dress up funny on the daily, so I just wear my normal attire, I guess.
You going to any parties, or are you just going to be checking out the inside of your eyelids?
I mean, if I get an invite, I'll definitely go pull up because I don't have much to do on a daily basis. I don't know too many folks.
Well, look, I'm telling you this, and you know this, dude. If you're going to be out and about, you're going to have to bundle up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got cold temperatures. Trey, right now, we're about 24 degrees colder than yesterday morning. That cold, drier air mass coming in from the north and the northwest. Right now, Fayetteville has warmed to 44 degrees. Jackson as well. 57 degrees in Gulfport. The cold air all the way east of the area from Tallahassee to, let's say, about South Carolina, Charleston. Southeast of that, it's much warmer temperatures. And hey, look, National Hate Florida Day is coming in early this year on Halloween. They're sitting at 82 degrees. That's just not right. This summer-loving fan, I wish we had 82 degrees here in South Mississippi, but it's going to be cold. Winds will continue to gust. Right now, they're gusting into the 20-mile-per-hour range. They're going to continue to gust even higher this afternoon. The forecast is coming up.
Wow, Rob throwing the changes on us early today. The Biloxi Chamber of Commerce hosted the State of the Keesler Air Force Base annual morning call. The morning call was held in the Bay Breeze Event Center on the base. During the event, commanders shared information on the Air Force, but stressed the importance of being vigilant of potential foreign threats. The commanders also discussed the drop in recruitment to the Air Force over the past year and how they are working towards reversing the trend. Colonel Billy Pope Jr., commander of the 81st Training Wing, had this to share on the address.
The Secretary of Defense has put us on a really clear standing to focus on that near-peer competitor that is China. You heard the general say China, 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 right? And so it's a whole-of-nation problem. And as we look at it from a Department of Defense perspective and from an Air Force perspective, we're focused on how we build and mature and train that force that's necessary to meet those near-peer threats, right? So recruiting and training become huge challenges for us.
To combat the downtrend in recruitment, Colonel Pope discussed in depth how the Air Force is tailoring its development process to be more immersive for younger cadets to make being an airman more attractive for potential recruits. And the Scarlet Pearl casino floor is back open today after being shut down for a period of time yesterday and overnight. According to our media partner, the Sun Herald, parts of the gaming floor were shut down yesterday due to an issue with the casino surveillance system. As mandated by the Mississippi Gaming Commission, the casino was required to shut down the area of the gaming floor where the surveillance system was malfunctioning. The casino was back to fully functioning by 5:30 a.m., according to the Post and the Scarlet Pearl social media accounts. And new at noon, Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch's office has closed 3 officer-involved shooting cases dating back to last year, including one South Mississippi shooting. Those cases include October 20th, 2022 shooting in Lucedale involving a George County Sheriff's deputy, a December 11th, 2022 shooting in Jackson with a Capitol Police officer, and December 21st, 2022 shooting in Richland with a Richland police officer. In each of these incidents, the Attorney General's office says the use of force by officers was justified. Goshen police are investigating an apparent murder-suicide that happened on Monday. Chief David Bever said officers responded to a home on Pat Drive for a welfare concern. When the officer rang the doorbell, they heard a gunshot and called for additional units. When other officers arrived, they forced entry and found a man who died of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Bever said the weapon was a handgun. A woman was found in another room who had been dead for some time. Names are being withheld pending notification of the families. Pat Drive is in a subdivision near the middle school on Graveline Road. Biloxi residents, if you've noticed that your sewage and garbage bill has gone up recently, here's why. Biloxi passed an ordinance approving a rate hike that went into effect October on the 1st of the month. Generally, single-family and multifamily homes went from $17 a month to $23.75 a month. Commercial rates also went up the same amount. Garbage collection is administered by Harrison County Utility Authority, who also has contracts with Waste Management and Pelican Waste. The rate increase passed during the September 12th council meeting by a vote of 4-2, with Ward 7 Councilman Nathan Barrett absent. And a lot of activity across South Mississippi tonight as trick-or-treaters head out to get a bunch of goodies. Many local communities are hosting organized trick-or-treat events, as you can see on your screen right now. Plenty of events in Gulfport, D'Iberville, and Bobby Alay Sports Complex, Pass Christian, and beyond. Be sure to tune in to WXXV News 25 tonight for more Halloween coverage. And before we head to break, you already know what time it is. It's time for our daily poll. And today, our daily poll is this: are you giving out candy for Halloween? Yes or no? And the metrics have shifted a little bit. At one point this morning, we saw a lot of stingy folks saying no, but just know you can go to our website and vote. Go to WXXV25.com, click on the WXXV vote link in the news drop-down menu, or just simply use the QR code on your screen. Coming up, a Jackson mother wants answers to why it took so long to be told her missing son was dead.
Hey, good job, Trey. I love that, man, calling out the stingy people out there. You got to give out candy, folks. And hey, look, if you're doing tacos and margaritas instead, give me a call. Let me know when that's occurring at. Cloud coverage is overhead, folks. I'll be back with the forecast.
And now, your weather authority.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. We've got cold, cloudy, and windy conditions. Take a look at the defining line from the Midwest down through right around the Houston corridor. West of that line, warmer temperatures. East of that, colder values. Atlanta, 24 degrees colder than yesterday morning. Gulfport, we are sitting at 26 degrees colder than yesterday, and the coldest of the air mass will move in overnight through tomorrow. Regional wise, we've got a good bit of cloud coverage from I-20 down towards the northern Gulf of Mexico. We're getting breaks in the cloud coverage and even a little bit of light rain back towards the southwest, moving northeast. That is not going to affect us. It's going to be falling through a bit of a drier layer, so the few sprinkles will evaporate. Cloud coverage will continue this afternoon. We'll find mostly cloudy skies. The clearing will occur this evening and overnight. By tomorrow morning, we'll be under clear skies with cold temperatures. Right now, mostly cloudy skies, and getting into the forecast, breezy this afternoon, or rather downright windy. Winds from the north 15 to 25 miles per hour with occasional gusts into the low and mid 30-mile-per-hour range. 62 degrees, and that's well below seasonal values. This evening, with the ghostesses and goblins out and about, you can see my boy Frankie. He's excited about the cold weather. Me, not so much. 53 degrees for the trick-or-treaters this evening under partly to mostly cloudy skies. Winds are going to stay elevated, folks. If you're going to take the little tots out, make sure you've got a hat on them, including something around their ears. We all know what those elevated winds and cool temperatures can do to a little tot's ears, so be careful there. Just a heads up for you. Now tonight, that's when it's going to get just downright disrespectful for this time of the year. You know, last Halloween, we had a high temperature or an evening temperature for the trick-or-treaters at 69 degrees. We're not even going to get there for a high temperature today. And then tonight, we're going to be in the frigid realm. 35 degrees, clearing, elevated winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour will play a factor. 35 degrees will feel like 25. Please, 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 please protect your outdoor fur babies. Make sure they've got a warm spot. If nothing else, just bring them inside for a couple of nights. Freeze warning in effect for Stone and George County and further north. This goes into effect around 4 o'clock tomorrow morning through 8 a.m. Also this afternoon, red flag warning is in effect. Don't burn anything, folks. It can get out of control very quickly. The view this afternoon from my downtown Gulfport Tower cam, Hancock Whitney providing the cam. Looking east, at least there's breaks in the cloud coverage now. Earlier this morning, we had a blanket of clouds and some light drizzle throughout. Beautiful view. Temperatures are in the mid and the upper 50s. We're slowly going to eke to about 61, 62 degrees. Pascagoula, the only spot in the 60s. North wind at about 15 miles per hour, gusting into the mid and upper 20-mile-per-hour range. And there you go, Lucedale gusting to 30 miles per hour. Windy this afternoon, mostly cloudy and a bit on the damp side. 62 degrees, cold overnight. Mid-30s will feel like the mid-20s. And then again, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, another early morning start with temperatures in the upper 30s.
Well, certainly a night tonight. Remember your 3 Ps. Bring in those pets, plants, and people. A mother in Jackson searching for her missing son, only to learn that he had been struck and killed by a police car. And no one told her for nearly 6 months. Blaine Alexander reports on what she's demanding.
The last time Betterstein Wade saw her son Dexter, the two had an argument and he left the house. But 3 days later, when her 37-year-old still hadn't come home, she knew something was wrong.
He's never disappeared like that.
He never disappeared like that. He never.
Within 2 weeks, she filed a police report. For months, her calls to police got the same response: no update.
Help me understand what that time was like for you.
That time was horrible. You would lay in your bed. You would think he might have been out there suffering. Somebody might have had him, tortured him. You just want that call to say, Mom, I'm all right. I'm all right. All you want to do is see your child.
Then, in August, nearly 6 months after Dexter went missing, an investigator finally told her Dexter had been hit and killed by an off-duty Jackson police officer while crossing a highway. It had happened less than an hour after he left home that day in March. Then, another bombshell. Dexter had already been buried in an unmarked grave behind the county jail. The only sign, a pole with the number 672.
Dexter, I tried to find you, and I couldn't. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry you're here.
You saw buzzards circling, and you're talking about a frightening thought Did they even put him in a wood box? Or did they just put him in a body bag and drop him in the ground?
Jackson police have not responded to NBC's request for comment. According to the coroner's office, an investigator identified Dexter and shared contact information for his mother with police. But she says she never received a call. After NBC News broke this story last week, Jackson's mayor said this:
that at no point have we identified or did any investigation reveal that there was any police misconduct in this process, and that there was any malicious intent.
Do you believe that?
No.
Attorney Ben Crump says they're asking for the DOJ to open a civil rights investigation. They also plan to exhume the body and perform a private autopsy before giving Dexter a proper burial.
And lay some flowers there, and just to know he's in a safe place.
Coming up, it's time to meet News 25's Pet of the Week. Meredith Mallett here to tell us about Ghost and Goblin, conveniently after the break.
Right.
Had somebody come in and ask us about the celebration for the Day of the Dead.
I'm taking both. God, this is it. That's it. Look at these two. But they're gonna get bigger, right?
Yeah, they're babies. They're only 6 weeks.
Welcome back. Every other Tuesday afternoon, we feature a pet up for adoption at the Jackson County Animal Shelter. Joining us as always, we've got Meredith Mallett here to tell us all about the pets of the week. Ghost and Goblin, conveniently. I'm sure that was just by chance, right?
Yeah, it was just by chance.
Yeah, but tell us about them.
Well, actually, there are 7 of these. These are 2 little girls, Ghost and Goblin, and I'm looking for a foster. So they have to go together. You can either split them up in like 2, 2, and 3, or 3 and 4. So because they're a little too small to be spayed and neutered, so they're actually up for foster. So you come fill out an application, and I'll hook you up. You keep them for a few weeks, and then bring them back, and we get them fixed and adopted. It's really easy.
They both are very docile, very calm. It's amazing to see how calm and still they are. But just kind of tell us, you actually were telling me just a minute ago about an event that's coming up, and definitely want to get that word out because I know a lot of folks will probably want to take advantage of that for sure.
Right. We are having an event this weekend, November 4th and 5th at the Peter Anderson Festival. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday, the 4th and 5th at Val's Sports Bar and Grill right there on Government Street, across from the Mary O.C. and also by Ocean Springs Lumber. So we will be there with lots of adoptable dogs and cats, kittens, and puppies. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And what, besides the obvious cuteness overload for people to come to the event, what other reasons should they arrive? I mean, cuteness is way up here at the top, but...
Yeah, well, it's companionship, something that'll love you forever, unconditional love And we have a lot of really good dogs and cats that will love you forever. And we have, you know, it doesn't cost much, and they get spayed, neutered, and everything. So your prices range from 0 to 65, and you get the love of your life, you know, and they need homes. We're so full, it's crazy how many animals come in every day.
Absolutely. That was actually going to be my next question. I was curious, how full is the shelter, and how many like docile, calm, and loving animals like this are there that need a home?
We have over 200 animals. We probably have about 220 right now.
Wow.
About 220, and just lots of really good ones that need homes. People just won't come get them. If they would spay and neuter and come look for their pets, it wouldn't be such a problem.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and that's certainly an issue that's been in the works for years and years and years in the country as a whole, because it's so many animals running around. It's really not their fault.
It's not their fault.
Absolutely. Well, once again, we're running low on time, but let's reiterate one more time where the event is and what's taking place.
The event is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, November 4th and 5th, at the Peter Anderson Festival, Val's Bar and Grill, right there on Government Street. And these puppies need fosters, plus their 5 siblings.
Okay, yeah. And I'm sure you'll have a real hard time getting people to the event. A real hard time. No,
Right.
They're both beautiful, beautiful dogs here. But yeah, come out to the event and take yourself a new part of your life home and a new family member for sure. But that's all the time we have. We definitely appreciate you coming in today. So let's take a look outside at your lunch hour traffic. This is I-10 East at mile marker 55. Traffic flowing smoothly on both sides.
A little bit more. What's that? Yeah, what you need. Yeah, it's fine.
And now, your Weather Authority. Sponsored by Red Pest Solutions, celebrating 70 years.
People around here are just not right. And when I say people around here, I'm talking about me. Folks, it's it looks like Halloween, at least where I come from, the Northeast. Dreary, it's windy, mostly cloudy skies. We've got breaks in the cloud coverage. The clouds will clear overnight. And look at this. Temperatures finally starting to bust out of the 50s. We have the mid and upper 50s to 60 degrees in Pascagoula. We're going to hit the low 60s this afternoon. Wind gusts in the mid 20s right now. Lucedale is at 30 miles per hour this afternoon, gusting from 25 to 35 miles per hour. Small craft advisory is in effect through this evening as well, with elevated seas in the Gulf 5 to 7 feet. The trick-or-treaters this evening, make sure to bundle the little tykes up, especially their ears, with the blustery winds and cool temperatures that may affect them. Right at 53 degrees for this evening trick-or-treating festivities. Remember to be safe as you're doing your trick-or-treating this evening. 62, mostly cloudy and breezy, mid-30s overnight, upper 30s into Thursday morning, and the modification of the air mass will occur this weekend.
Whew, Rob, with that cold, us meteorologists are going to have to hide under a rock or something. People are going to be a little upset with us. That's what's coming. As we end the month of October, we're heading back to the classroom to highlight another amazing teacher. This month's class act is a teacher who has such a passion for early childhood education. She returned to the classroom after retirement. WXXV's Grant Chigazola has more from Hope Academy now.
Class Act with Grant Chigazola.
Step into Amy Campbell's pre-K classroom and you'll see a lot of activity with kids busy at different stations, ready to start their learning journey.
They're so curious and they want to learn and they are so much fun.
Campbell has dedicated her entire career to early childhood education, teaching in a local public school system for 25 years, then moving over to Hope Academy after her initial retirement.
When I retired, I thought I was done, and I realized very quickly that this is where I belong and this is where I need to be.
Her philosophy is simple, making sure her students master the building blocks of learning before kindergarten.
Our job is to get them ready to be there in a fun and exciting way where it is all engaging and play.
Amy says it's an honor to be recognized, especially since she was nominated by her husband, someone who has gone above and beyond throughout her career.
The family of a teacher, they often put in as much work as the teacher does. You know, they're here on weekends painting shelves and hanging posters.
Though her students are just getting started on this path we call life, she has high hopes for all of them in the years to come.
I want them all to love reading. I want them to live up to their biggest potential, and I want their dreams to come true.
Heart of a Servant. As always, if you want to nominate a deserving South Mississippi teacher, just go to our website, WXXV25.com, then click on the Contest tab and select the Teacher of the Month option. Coming up, why do people love to be scared? One expert has a theory. Halloween is finally here, and fear and spooky things, something we enjoy, according to some health experts. Now, Rob,
yeah,
you like being scared?
I'm not a health expert, but you know what it does. What was that?
Whoa.
You know what it does? It elevates your heart rate. It gets your blood pressure going, and you know, it kind of gives you that, I don't know, wakes you up. It gives you the jitters,
adrenaline.
Right? Who doesn't like being scared?
Unless
it's
right.
3 o'clock in the morning and you hear a baby giggling in the background, which is one of the most beautiful sounds. Except in the middle of the night when you don't have a baby.
yeah, that's when I hit the deck. Right there.
Folks, take a look at this evening for the trick-or-treaters. It's going to be cool. It's going to be windy. My boy Frankie is going to be out there. Y'all stay safe and have a good time. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to join us back here for the evening newscast at 5 p.m.